And good afternoon, everyone. I very much appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. And as was mentioned, I'm with PCS Property Claims Services. PCS, I'll give you a background of that in a moment. In addition to my presentation, we'll also touch on a few topics of claims technology, and some of the things that are within my presentation have already been spoken upon by the great panel that we've had here a few moments ago, so I'll touch on a few things that they've spoke about as well. But to begin, with regard to PCS's mission, our mission is quite simple. I have a lot of words on this slide here. However, it boils down to one thing: service. PCS is here to service the insurance industry globally. Primarily, we started within the United States. We also have operations within Canada. We have PCS Turkey, which I'll speak upon in a few moments. And we're also, again, in discussions with Alexandru and his team to potentially expand into Romania to provide service regarding catastrophe loss data aggregation. PCS was formed 66 years ago at the behest of the insurance industry within the United States. Since then, PCS has been collecting data on over 1,800 national catastrophes as well as man-made catastrophes within the United States, and we maintain a database of all the claims data from each of those events. The beneficiaries and utilizers of the PCS data, many of them are listed here. Primarily, it boils down to providing information for underwriters and actuaries to do what they need to do, providing rates for homeowners and the public for their homeowners policies, insurance policies, commercial rates, and things of that nature. Many governmental agencies utilize our data within their algorithms for various economical platforms, and then also reinsurers and reinsurance companies utilize our data quite regularly as well. Our process with regard to PCS is quite simple. After a catastrophe occurs, we reach out directly to the insurance market within each country that we designate catastrophes within. We outreach directly to the insurance carriers for specific claims information regarding commercial lines, motor lines, and residential lines damages. Also, in regards to the lines of business as well, we cover residual markets, excess and surplus lines, as well as captives within the data that we aggregate. With regard to technology, and we've spoken about technology a few moments ago with the great panel, one of the things that I was challenged with when I joined PCS 3 years ago was helping to modernize our organization. Back then, PCS did not have a mobile application in which our customers could access quite freely our data while they were on the go. Many claims adjusters are on the road, and they don't have the ability to log into a computer every day. But everyone, most of the time, has a smartphone. So with that, PCS developed a PCS mobile application in which our customers on the go can access our PCS data as well as bulletins regarding catastrophes that we designate. Moving forward with modernization of our platform, as I mentioned, PCS was formed 66 years ago. That's a long time. We always strive to modernize and continue to improve. And with that, we're looking to potentially develop a PCS industry exposure database, which will be a platform to use that we'll be using to expand the usage of the PCS estimate within risk transfer transactions, refining our PCS methodology when entering new countries, and also increasing the confidence in the PCS estimate for retrocession risk transfer. Earlier, my friend Maneska mentioned PCS Turkey. Yes, with the partnership with the IUC, PCS and the IUC formed PCS Turkey last May 27th. And with that particular operation, we have not had any catastrophes, thankfully, at this point that we've had to designate within Turkey. However, should this occur, we're prepared to do our business and designate catastrophes and aggregate data within Turkey. And with that, we have a strategic vision moving forward, not to be stagnant. With that being said, as I mentioned, PCS has been in conversations with Alexandru and his team with regard to potentially having operations here in Romania, providing a service to the Romanian industry. Again, collecting and aggregating data moving forward, and also potentially to build a retrospective claims database of historical information from prior events that, again, actuaries and underwriters and others can utilize when doing their business. On the subject of CAT technology and claims, that was also a topic during the panel here as well. On the screen before you, you'll see several maps. Basically, these are granular maps which show a peril layer over a policy enforced layer. Many claims organizations within the United States and other locations utilize this type of technology to identify the severity of losses, where their losses are, and then also utilizing that information to determine where to deploy their claims resources for the more severe losses, putting the more skilled representatives in the areas that need to be handling the larger losses, and then identifying the areas where their less skilled representatives need to be deployed to serve their customers as well. This, in essence, saves cycle time, reduces cycle time to get the funds to the clients when they need it most, and then also it increases customer satisfaction as well. Again, along the lines of technology, the slide here has quite a few things, but plain and simple, the things that we thought were far off in the future, well, the future is today. Many of these things that are shown on the screen here, mobile diagramming, drone technology, wearable devices, the Internet of Things, which a few years ago may not have been in our day-to-day conversations, are now day-to-day applications that are being used throughout our industry. Gartner had a most recent study that was published with regard to the Internet of Things. In fact, the study indicated that right now, by the end of 2016, there will be over 6 billion devices connected to the Internet, collecting data from many sources. That figure is going to increase exponentially. By 2020, it's projected that over 21 billion devices will be connected to the Internet, again, providing data to insurance companies and other organizations, which will help, again, with assessing the risk and damages. And during yesterday's early morning presentation, I'm not sure if each of you had the opportunity to see, but one of the speakers, Mr. Paul Carty, mentioned the term disruptive technology. There are many things that are disrupting our old way of doing business right now, every day. It was spoken about yesterday that some customers do not like to speak with live representatives anymore. Many customers like to do things on the internet. Well, that is actually correct. Millennials now, many of them do not prefer to speak face-to-face, voice-to-voice with a representative. Many millennials now like to just use their smartphones to conduct their business. And with that being said, it's incumbent upon us within the insurance industry to be able to ensure that we're providing all of our customers the means of communicating with us through their own channel of choice that they want to conduct their business. Now, another part of disruptive technology which was touched on earlier, autonomous vehicles. This is becoming quite a news topic most recently, and I'm going to just give a few stats with regards to autonomous vehicles and their impact with regard to our industry. A dramatic fall in frequency of accidents is predicted, and we can think about it this way. 38% of accidents are caused by someone who is asleep, distracted, or has a medical condition while behind the wheel. 46% of accidents are caused by incorrect decisions while behind the wheel. 11% of accidents are caused by unexpected behaviors. But only 5% of accidents are caused by technology flaws. What that means is that it results in a 80 to 90% decrease in accidents conservatively that could occur with the advent and proliferation of the usage of autonomous vehicles. A big disruption. And the impacts with regards to utilization of those autonomous vehicles has significant impact as we move forward. One of the projections moving forward indicates that there's going to be a 3 to 6% yearly reduction starting in 2020 of net written premium with the proliferation of autonomous vehicles. So, with these disruptive technologies, new things being developed every day, many things, again, that were the standard, the norm, have to modify and adapt. A few examples of that. Using a taxi cab, going out, putting your arm out, asking for or getting a ride on a taxi, that's becoming passé now, especially with the millennials. Millennials now use Uber, an application on their phone to call for a car, or Lyft. Again, a disruptive technology or disruptive part of the business to an old business. Another example, most recently, Airbnb, disruption to the hotel industry. Hotel occupancy rates across the board are declining. Why? The advent of a service such as Airbnb. Lower rates, very easy for someone to book a room wherever they're going. Could this happen to us in the insurance industry? Well, it's not a matter of could, it is happening. Lemonades are very sour. The perception of insurance and insurance companies in many locations is that many times they're not trusted. We have a bad reputation in some instances. Lemons. There's a new company that's been formed by senior executives formerly of AIG and others with some significant financial backing, forming a company called Lemonade, providing insurance services and information online. They're projected to begin operations by the end of this quarter, second quarter 2016, with a simplified product, simplified language, and basically promoting quick payment. Very entertaining to millennials. So, in summary, CAT planning, technology, it's incumbent upon each of us in our organizations to be on top of all the new technologies that are coming out because, again, millennials are very quick and they expect quick service. And I'll leave you with this. Each insurance contract that we write and provide to our customers is a promise. It's incumbent upon us to fulfill that promise in the time of need, which during a catastrophe is one of their greatest times of needs. Thank you.